when you're moving from place to place. Good morning.
Dream big, Tobago style. The 2025 Dream 11 T10 tournament is back from March the 22nd to April 6th. Shore Park Recreation Ground is the place to be, where every ball is an event. There are 6 contenders vying for the top spot. No Man's Land Explorers, Pigeon Point Skiers, Store Bay Snorkelers, Kings Bay Royals, Pirate Bay Raiders, and Mount Irvin Surfers. Make sure to catch all the action. A product of the Tobago Cricket Association, taking you to the next level.
Morning, each and every one. And of course, thank you so much for staying tuned to Tobago Update Television. And now into the sporting segment. Yes, and this morning we're talking Dream 11 cricket. In fact, we're talking cricket on a whole this morning. And I have the General Secretary of the Tobago Cricket Association and set with me. Good morning to you, Ms. Tandeka Moses.
Hi, good morning to you, Marcus.
Fantastic. And Tandeka, just before we get into the discussion about the Dream 11, the all exciting Dream 11, I know people like to follow this Dream 11 cricket, T10 cricket, 6s and 4s and wickets, excitement. But obviously, we have a domestic season taking place currently here in Tobago.
Yes.
And I know a lot of persons may or may not be following the cricket, but it's very exciting times in Tobago with cricket in that sense. And just before we get into that discussion of Dream 11, if you could provide an update of the leagues and the tournaments that are currently taking place in Tobago.
Yes. So, unfortunately, we had the passing of our first vice president last year, Mr. Earl Arthur. So what we did, we had something in commemoration of him called the Earl Arthur Tournament. So it's something that where we play 25 overs, one day team bats, the other team bats the other day.
Old time
right?
thing.
Old time thing,
yeah.
right? So we're helping the youths to develop with that structure, right? So we have Scarborough Basin Hall, CMB, we have Bago Gladiators, we have Airport Authority, we also have Roxborough Strikers and Tobago Police. So that's the 7 teams that we have in Tobago. Currently, Bago Gladiators have played 4 games. They have been unbeaten at this point, so they're at the top of the table with 8 points.
Right.
Currently.
Real gladiator stuff.
Yeah, real gladiator stuff, right? Proper shield up there, And then we have the 2-day competition, right? The same 7 teams are taking place, but this time we have the Scarborough Mason Hall dominating in that competition. They are at the top of the table with 76 points.
Wow.
Right? So they are also unbeaten as well.
And this match is obviously taking place over the weekend.
Yes. So the Earl Arthur takes place on a Wednesday and a Thursday, right? They're utilizing the Mariah, Roxborough, and the Canaan Bonaccord ground. I'm very happy to see that it's back in action, right? And on a weekend, we utilize the Shore Park and Roxborough and Mariah grounds for the 2-day competition.
Yeah, and have you seen any sort of, because currently we are watching Joshua James out of Tobago in his debut season for the national senior team. He's been doing really good. Have you seen coming out of the 2 days and the latter, anybody's prospects, that can probably emulate Joshua in the years to come?
Yes, we have a few. We have the Antonio Providence, right? He would have had 115 runs the last weekend gone.
Yeah. Very good all rounder.
Yes, he's a very, very
what
good
all-rounder.
I wonder. I would not mention. We had a couple hundreds over the period. We would have had Dario Melville also having 100. A set of young players, Ashon Pierre. So we have a set of young, talented players who come. We even have some young ones included, schoolboys. We have the Kieran Mohammed. He would have taken 5 wickets. I think his 5 for 5 was his.
Young Kieran Mohammed. Yes.
He is a second form pupil of the Goodwood High School, right? So he is also one that we have to look out for in the format. We have the Brandon Melville. He is the under-17 Tobago team captain.
I even saw Brandon got like 8 wickets. I think it was last weekend.
Yes,
best figures.
Yes. So and he's a young upcoming budding cricketer. So yes, we have a lot of young talent upcoming.
But you know, I can't allow it to go further without asking about Kale. Because I mean, I remember vividly, we had a conversation about Kale. I mean, I had you on set with young Kale, outstanding at the primary schools level, and he's now going to secondary schools. And I saw recently also he is now with UTT. Tell me about Kale and about that move to UTT.
Yes. So Kale, at the age of 12, first form student, he was called up by Mr. Anthony Gray. He's now playing with UTT Patriots, his second team, and he's doing really, really well. At first, you know, I was a bit scared because I said, you know what, he's the youngest in the tournament. You know, big men bowling ball at him. It's not primary school anymore. My baby is going out there to face.
Yes.
But I can tell you very well, Marcus, even the captain of the team, you know, he likes to work with him because at times when they're at the crease, you know, he is the one that is giving the talking and the speech, and you know, they're really happy to have him around. So every team he would have played for at this point asking, so we could buy him.
That's very good news, because I mean, it's always looking for the next talent, the next best thing.
Yes.
Joshua James showing the world that Tobago does.
Tobago
we have talent. We have the talent. And Tandeka, let's jump into this exciting tournament, the Dream 11. This is what installment is this one?
This is the third edition.
The third edition.
Yes.
And tell me about everything in place. What can Tobago expect for the third edition?
Tobago can expect a lot. I mean, last year, what do young people say? We have 6 outside. We had over 400 and something sixes outside. Some even hit the court. Some even might hit the cruise ship outside. But we had a lot of explosive shots coming from some really talented, the Lendell Simmons, the Terrence Hines, you name it. We had a lot of fun, a lot of sixes, a lot of explosive cricket happening in Shaw Park.
And tell us about the start date and the times of the matches and where.
So the start date is actually tomorrow, Saturday the 22nd, right? We start at Shaw Park. The games there are 2 games played daily. They start at 12:30 and the other game is at 2 p.m.
So two matches per day.
Daily. And Marcus, the exciting part of it, it's only 20 TT for 2 games. 2 games of fun, excitement, you name it.
Because I remember last time we spoke about having schools, the children from schools, they are allowed to come in free, of course, because again, it's just to get and to captivate them and encourage them to join the sport. And I'm sure that that's going to be the case again this year.
Yes, and we even went as far as extending the invitation to the school supervisor so that she would have an idea of how the young people feel about the cricket, to see the young and upcoming budding talent that we have, so that I am hoping that they could implement that cricket be one of the vital sports in the school. Because, you know, usually when you go to the schools, you would have the track and field, you would have the netball, you would have the football, but very rare you would see that cricket is on their curriculum. So I'm really hoping that more schools get involved with having cricket within the school system. And for me, I believe that it should not wait until you reach the primary school or secondary school level. But for me, I think we should start at the preschool level, because at that age is where they learn and capture everything. So for me, I believe that it should start at that tender level, so that by the time they get to the primary school level, that they would be at a certain stage.
But that's fantastic, because I can remember years when we used to host the regional 4-day tournament, and just seeing Wavel Hines or even Brian Lara, Darren Gang, and all those guys play at Shaw Park, that was an encouragement for me and a motivation for me to want to get to that level. I know we haven't had first class cricket in Tobago for a while. I'm still looking for a first class venue, but these sort of regional tournaments, I say regional because we have some big name players. We have players from Barbados, we have players from Ghana over the years. And from St. Vincent and the Grenadines. So it's like a regional, national, and local competition. And it's good to see that, you know, it has continued. Most times we see these events come one year and that's it. So Dream 11 is here to stay, if you can put it that way. Let's have a discussion about the teams. How many teams and the names of the franchises?
So there are 6 teams, right? There are 6 teams. So we have the Shepherds in No Man's Land, we have the Mount Irving Surfers, we have Kings Bay Royals, we have Snorkelers, we also have Pigeon Point Skiers, right? So those are the teams that would be participating in the tournament.
And in terms of the format, do you have an idea of the format itself?
So it's a T20. Sorry, it's a T10 format.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like in terms like how they play, everybody play each other.
Everybody
and then they
play
go
each
into
other, and then you go into the elimination. Yeah.
So that's so like because when I watch the fixtures, it's like what 32 matches.
Yes.
And then
16 lovely days of cricket.
Fantastic. 16 lovely days of cricket. So persons who are interested in coming to Shore Park, can they come with a cooler as well?
Yes, you can. I mean, there would be vendors there, but you know, you are free to come, bring out your family, bring out your chairs, and you know, have a time.
And let's have a discussion with the teams itself and the makeup of the teams, because I heard you mention Lendl Simmons. I just saw like last week Lendl Simmons playing for the West Indies Masters team, and in fact they got all the way to the final. And Lendl Simmons was like outstanding, and he's one of the players that will be coming here in Tobago to play.
Yes, he will.
Yeah,
right. Lendl Simmons, he's a part of the store-based snorkelers. They would have actually won the last edition as well.
Store-based snorkelers.
Yes.
And who else can we expect from the store-based snorkelers?
We have the big hitting Dejon Charles, out of Tobago here, the man from Goodwood. Who puts Goodwood on the right.
I like that terminology there.
We also have John Ross Jagasa. He's returning again.
Yes, a
right?
national player as well.
National player, and as I said, he would have dominated the tournament last year, both with bat and with ball.
Oh yes, he was like the most wicket.
He was the MVP. He had the most runs. He also tied with Christopher Vincent for most wickets. They both had 12 to their names, but he also had best figures, 4 for 4.
4 for 4. And John Jagasa is an off spinner.
Yes.
Play for the national team. Very tricky. So that's exciting stuff from the snorkelers. So they are looking good to defend their title.
They are looking very good, and they would have added some young budding players again coming out of Tobago. And we have Michael Ramdas. He would have been a part of the national camp in Trinidad.
Oh, that's the academy.
Yes. I remember he would have been a part of that. Mr. Ramdas. He is also one of our players coming out looking at. He also plays for UTT. In Trinidad at this time.
I'm seeing young Theo Bruce, Xavier Reid,
and Xavier
Reid, Kellon Lynch, Ato James, Shaquille Johnson, Tobago names. The team does look very balanced. I mean, familiar names, household names, Terence Hines, Lendl Simmons, Daniel Williams, and John Ross Jagasa. Even Amanda Cole, Plucky, Nicholson, looking forward to seeing the snorkelers again. And moving on to, let's say, the Raiders. Because Raiders, they played the finals last year.
Yes, they did.
Yeah?
Actually, 2 years.
2 years in a row. So
they would have played the finals.
Yes, and they would have been beaten at the finals. I mean, and let's go through their team and look at the players that we can expect to be outstanding this year.
Right. So we have the big hitting Joshua James. We have the experienced Riyad Emirates. We have the man from Barbados, Richard Ford. We also have the guy out of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Shaman Hooper. He has been a Tobagonian, not by birth, but
because he has been here also for the Chief Secretary's Tobago Team.
Yes, he has been.
And that's what I'm talking about, a regional connection, a regional national connection along with the local players. And I think with this augur well for our local players, rubbing shoulders with these players from around the region who have been exposed to a really high level of cricket globally. Yeah, so the Raiders looking good to get back to a final again.
Yes.
And I think they have what it takes.
I'm hoping that this time, they will step up the game and they're gonna take the title.
And a big name there, Evan Lewis. Evan Lewis is in that lineup, of course, a West Indies player.
And the St. Kitts Patriots guy.
So I'm looking forward to seeing the Raiders there again. And I mean, who knows? Maybe they may go all the way this year.
Well,
what about the Pigeon Point Skiers?
Right. So the skiers, we have Jesse Bhutan, right? We also have the young Jaden Kent. That is another really, really good talent coming out of Tobago. Now, Jaden has played cricket right here in Tobago, and he also plays in Trinidad. He played in the North-South Classic, and he would have won games for them, right? Hitting some explosive shots. So, as I said before, Marcus, Tobago has a lot of talent that we overlook, right? So, I'm really glad to see that these players, we also have Ryan Williams coming out of St. Vincent and Grenadines. He is another Tobagonian, not by birth, right? Because he also usually is here for the Tobago Chief Secretary T10 Blast, right? So we have Akil Cooper. We also have young MBK Joseph, the West Indies under 19 player, who is currently out of the country playing for us as well. And we have, again, the young captain of the Tobago under 17 team, that's Brandon Melville.
Yeah.
Right. So we have some, and
Antonio
Providence.
Providence.
Yes.
Very
So we have
good all rounder
really
there.
balanced
Yeah.
teams with excitement coming. I have to use the word excitement, Marcus, because
Yes.
I've seen
Yeah.
the explosiveness there to come.
I'm really excited about Jesse Boutan. I think he has been one of the, the more dominant players.
Yes.
Probably 2 years I've seen it. And if you want to see sixes, come to see Jesse Boutan. And he hits it very hard and very far. So a very exciting team there, the skiers. Let's talk about the Explorers. I think the Explorers won the first edition of this.
Yes, they did. That is, he is paired by Coach John Pollard, a very experienced guy, right? And we have our very own Brandon Brown.
Right.
We have the talented Tishon Castro coming out of Trinidad, who is very good with bat and ball. We have the experienced man they call Sharky, Imran Khan. We have the Joshua York, and we have Dexter Sween. We have a lot of young players in this team. We have our Tobago own very experienced man, Liron Lizama.
And dominating our
local series, both with the Earl Arthur and with the two-day competition.
So it's good to see that a lot of players are coming into this competition with some form. So we are expecting really good competitive cricket, both with bat and ball. So that was the snorkelers, not the snorkelers, the Explorers there. What about this? What about the Royals? I mean, are they going to be royal this year?
I'm not sure if they would sit on the throne, Marcus, but I know they kept their composure and their royalty throughout. Yes. Unfortunately, they didn't reach past anywhere. But we have the experienced Matt Dial.
Kings, a Kings player from the CPL.
Yes. So I'm guessing he's rolling with the Kings at all times.
Yes, rolling with the Kings. I think that's the idea now. Ask him about that.
Yes. We have the talented man from Speyside there, the Dwayne Murray. We have under 19 player Andrew Rambaran. He would have also been in the setup of the under 19 national team. The hard hitting Nicholas Sukhdeo Singh. He's short as the bat.
From a national player.
But I can tell you,
when
he gets in that crease, I can tell you his innings does not be short. I can tell you that for sure. We have another under 19 national player, Orlando James. He was the captain last year. We have Jaron Alfred. We know that he's a very talented guy. Last night we saw him took some wickets at the T20 festival at the Queen's Park Oval last night as well. And we have another under 19 player, Kyle Ramdu. Yes,
and Jabari Mills. Davion Shange. I saw Davion Shange scored 100 in the same two-day league that we mentioned.
Yes.
So I mentioned before, the players are coming in with some form.
They're coming in with some form.
Very happy to see that. And what about the Surfers? That's the final team that we have today. 6 teams, just right? 6 franchises. The Mount Irvin Surfers.
The Mount Irvin Surfers, well, they are led by Kirsten Kalicharan, right? They have some really experienced men with some form coming in. We see Dario inside here. We see Christian Turton, because we know how he is. He's a well all-rounder with the wicket-keeping gloves, the bat, the ball, everything, you name it. Christian is that guy, right? We have Ashon Pierre. He also has some shots barking at the Mariah ground there. We have Shatran Rambaran, and as I said, they are spearheaded by Kirsten Kalicharan. And we have the big guy coming from Roxbury, the Clinton Brooks. We can't forget the Bolivar, right? And we have Ricky Jaipal, right? And Shaquille Thomas, the guy from inside the main ridge there. So we have some really, really good guys, Marcus.
Yeah.
And it's good to see that the team has a mixture. So, it's not just all the big guys on one side. We have a good mixture. And again, to see the young upcoming ones to be rubbing shoulders with these experienced guys. I mean, there's a Simmons Peters.
Simmons, yes.
Excellent in the outfield, excellent with the bat. So I'm really glad to see the mixture of the teams. And we have the man we call Baba coming out of Kishan Dillon. So exciting. I'm really looking forward to this competition. And I really hope that it doesn't just stop at the 3rd edition. I really hope that this is something ongoing, because this is real good exposure for not just our local cricketers, but for the young upcoming ones, because they are now included in the setup.
Fantastic. And then from looks of it, all the teams are well balanced and
team. Everybody looking good on paper, but I can assure you, on the day you have to see and be there.
See and be there.
Yes.
Not
see and be united, but see and be there.
You can't help us to know. See and be. But in terms of the prizes remain the same. I know last year and the year before they played for they would not got $100,000.
Yes, the prizes still remain the same.
Yeah, fantastic. Right. Wow, $100,000, 16 days to play for $100,000. I mean, all in a day's weekend.
Yes.
Fantastic. And I'm looking forward, really, really looking forward to it. And, what I wanted to ask you, given that we have all these players coming from Trinidad and from around the region, and Tobago being so hospitable, we normally take these players around and show them Tobago. Are we expecting to take the players to Pigeon Point, take them permanent to Charlottesville, and let them explore Tobago instead of just coming to play alone?
Well, actually, Marcus, yes, they do. So, because of the names, right? You will see that some of the teams actually go to see. For those who have been here first time in the setup, they actually take them around.
Right.
I remember Pirates Bay, for sure. They would have gone to Pirates Bay. Also, what they would have done, they would have gone to schools.
Right. Yes.
They would have gone to schools and, given them some prep talk and encourage them to come and play the sport of cricket. No Man's Land, the Main Ridge, because these are sites to behold, right? So yes, they do actually go on their little adventures on the days where they are not playing. They actually venture and explore these places.
Yeah, that's fantastic. And also to wrap up the Tandeka, the matches on tomorrow. Who are the teams going to be playing the first set of matches tomorrow? Because I know players, given that we would have announced all them teams and then people are already looking
people
to see
excited
who's going to play the first game,
ready.
Who's going to play that
who
first
to
game,
play the first game, who I could pay my $20 to go and watch.
Yes, and gates open for what time?
Right, so you could be there from about 10 a.m. if you please. You could come, and if you want to see from the warm-up, go right down. Yes, you can come and you can and take it in from there.
I know threats of rain. Let me say it because they say I'm blind.
I prefer that you not call the rain at this point.
We have been having fantastic weather.
The only thing that would be raining would be sixes. That is the only thing that I'm asking for to be raining. It would be sixes. But the first match tomorrow at 12 p.m., that would be the Kings Bay Royals. They would be playing the Pirates Bay Raiders.
That's a big one.
Right? And then we would have at 2:30 p.m. we would have the Pigeon Point Skiers. They would take on the No Man's Land Explorers.
And then on Sunday, that's the complete weekend.
And on Sunday, we would have the Mount Irving Surfers playing the Kings Bay Royals. And then we would have the Pirates Bay Raiders playing the No Man's Land Explorers.
Fantastic. And Tandeka, just before you go any departing words, I'm really hoping that, the public, they go out and they support this Dream 11. We have had the support over the years. We have had some very Kakape, that's the name?
Yes,
Agnes, yes,
that's the name.
A very, very exciting spectator. She loves the cricket, she loves the sixes, and who knows, we may have something special for that one spectator or group of spectators that would have gone out there and support the cricket, because as the years gone by, we would have seen it. Me being involved down there as the MC, helping to bring some excitement there again. So that's that. They have it. The fixtures, 16 straight days of cricket. It's going to be at the Shaw Park Recreational Ground. Dream 11 T10 Blast, 10 overs. That's 60 balls. Sometimes you might go to about 65 balls if you have no balls and extras in between. But $20 to watch. Some of the top players around the world, Lendell Simmons, Evan Lewis, top national players and regional players. Can't ask better at all. I've seen persons online on the TCA, the Cricket Association page, coming from abroad. I'm going to be there. They are excited to be here as well. It's an exciting time in Tobago. It's around Easter as well. So, encouraging persons to go out and support the Tobago Cricket Association and the Dream 11 Tobago T10 Blast. Any final words, Tandeka?
Marcus, all I have to say is come on down and you would see.
Like Price is Right.
Like the Price is Right. All you have to do is come on down. If I tell you my experience, you would not get the same experience.
Indeed.
And we all know that watching it on TV, is not the same as actually being there.
Yeah,
so even if you have a little time off during the week, even if you have time off on the weekend, come on down, bring the family, bring out the kids especially, so that they would have that experience. They would feel and enjoy what it would be like. You don't have to spend $300 to go and see TKR.
Yeah, exactly.
You can see TKR players here.
Right here for $20.
Right here for $20.
Yes.
You can see just as fun and exciting cricket just as you would see all around the world.
Fantastic.
So my advice is, come on down. Let's have a time.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Tandeka Moses, General Secretary of the Tobago Cricket Association, for being here this morning. We were just chatting about the Dream 11 Tobago T10 Blast, the third edition of the Dream 11 Tobago T10 Blast. Exciting times here in Tobago, all happening at the Shore Park Recreational Ground. Guys, thank you so much for staying tuned to Tobago Updates, of course, the sporting segment. We're going to take a break and come right back with Good Morning Tobago with Natalie. Don't forget, share the live, share the live, share the live.